Hey there, welcome back. This is Daryl, tying some flies again. This is primarily for what we tied Monday night. It's called the cinnamon Caddis Pupa. It's not really a nymph. It's by Carl Richards. It's kind of complex. It has some on there. The pupa is not really the nymph yet, but let's take a look at it, and we will start tying it and explain the materials as we go along. This is the Caddis Pupa. It's a cinnamon color. You know, they drift along the bottom. You might be able to want to weight it. The one we're going to tie is not weighted, and we'll explain the materials as we go along. I'm going to be substituting some materials because I didn't have like black Zelon and things like that. So it's got cute little antennae, don't it? All right. All right, the hook I'm going to use is a resin dry fly hook in a size 16. These are already debarbed. Any standard dry fly hook will work. Now I'm going to use some yellow thread in 70 Denier. You could get by with brown, but I'm going to use yellow. And I'm just going to go ahead and start my thread back behind there. And it didn't quite break off as nice. Take it back to where the barb used to be. And then I'm going to take it up about a third of the way. Next I'm going to use some Z yarn or Zelon, whatever you have. You should use black. All I got is brown, so I'm going to use brown. I don't think really that contrasting color is in there. And it comes in a big hunk like that. Just take out a piece, and it's going to be on the bottom of the hook. We're just going to cross wrap that in here. Next I'm going to use some small ultra wire in gold. And we're going to tie that on the bottom of the hook as well. If I can get it going. It's not cooperating. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the back some pheasant tail. I'm just going to grab a few and straighten them out and then just tear off. This is a lot of material on this little fly, I'm not going to lie. Next I'm going to put some dubbing. I'm going to use some hairline dubbing in cinnamon caddis. And then I'm going to make sure these are all, and lay this back across here. Then I'm going to counter wrap this gold wire. Open spiral wraps. You know, 3 or 4. And then hold my thread tight and helicopter the wire off. Eventually it'll break. Now I'm going to take this Zelon, and it's going to become kind of like a wing case or wing buds, I don't know. But we'll take those off. Next we're going to do is we're going to put some legs on. Next we're going to put some legs. I'm going to use some partridge. I'm going to pick out a good looking feather here. And I'm going to clean the fluffy stuff off. And then I'm just going to create some legs here. And I'm going to trim this part off. And I'm just going to tie that kind of like downward. With some loose wraps. And that was too much. And I just want them to be about the length of the body or a little shorter. They're just kind of like short legs. Still don't like that. Well, that's a bit better. Could be better, but I'm not gonna. It's a fishable fly. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to make some eyes. Yeah, eyes on a little pupa. And I'm going to use some 12-pound monofilament. And I'm going to cut off, oh, I don't know, roughly a half of an inch here, or maybe 3/8. And then I'm going to kind of put it in this material clip here so that looks like it's about even. And then I'm going to create some balls. I'm not going to put the flame right in there. I'm just going to put the heat right there. You can see how it's balling up. And I'll do the same on this side. Just get the heat close to it to make it ball. You don't have to put the monofilament in there. And then we just made some little monofilament eyes. And they're pretty small. And then I'm going to grab some little tweezers to try to tie them in with. And kind of put them at an angle. Not quite working right for me. Try not to lose it. You know, I think I lost it. Let me just pause the camera and I'll make another set. Alright, let's try this again. And what you want to try to do, you can see that's not quite even right there. I'm going to try to get in here and try to lengthen out that shaft a little bit. And now I'm going to add a little bit more of that dubbing and kind of cover up the thread around the eye. Again, you notice it's not much dubbing. Next I'm going to do is grab a couple fibers off of this duck, like just one, for now. And that's going to be the antennae. And I kind of want it to curve back like this. And get one more. And try to find that curve. And here I'm going to color my thread brown for the head. And then I'll whip finish. And sorry I didn't have that zoomed in earlier, I just kind of noticed that. But there we have it. The cinnamon Caddis Pupa. Alright, they say Carl Richards mentions that maybe you should tie these in 3 patterns, maybe 2. One weighted, and then one not weighted. The other weighted one depends on the leg position, which I quite don't understand. But anyway, this version here that I tied will be just under the water film and like it's getting ready to emerge. All right, I'm Daryl. We'll see you on the water and let us know how these flies work for you.